Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's just get started. If people are joining in, they'll find us along the way. All right, so today we're just going to be wrapping up some of the inequalities that we have done in class. We're just going to wrap that up and then start looking at what's this trigonometry. Right. So we have done most of these. I'm just going to take one or two so that everyone is on the same page. We can do, I think we can do this one. So we can take that one. Why am I using that ink? I don't know. Okay. Background like that. All right. So we can do I. We are given 3 plus x over 5 minus x minus 6 like that over 7. All of that is less than 4 minus x like that. Should I give you a minute or two to try this one out?
Sir, can we please do the corrections after this one? Do the corrections at the classwork, the homework you gave us.
Okay, which activity? All right, you'll just give me the sum after we're done with this one. Are we winning? Are we winning?
Yes, sir. Sir, question.
Yes.
Are you giving the
Am I giving that?
Did you give us this like says such like it's kind of thing I would say so because yinde or
No, I'm just waiting for you guys to say you're done.
oh I'm done.
And the rest of us? I think there's like 4 or 5 of us in the call. Are we winning? All right. So what was the first step that you did here? Remember dealing with fractions? What's the first step that you did?
So, I feel like what I firstly did was I multiplied this one with 5 and I also multiplied this other one with 7.
So what you multiplied with using what?
With 5, so that they can like cancel, but maybe it's wrong.
Just multiply this by 7, this by 5. All right. So this is supposed to be times. You take the denominator of the other guy, you multiply it to this side. You take the denominator of the other one, you multiply it this side, so that you end up with the same denominator. So this will be the same number and the same number like that. So here we have 7 into 3 plus x divided by what's 7 times 30, 7 times 5? 7 times 5?
35.
35. Right. And then you have this would be minus 5 times x minus 6 like that. So this 7 times 5 is still 35. So we can keep it as just one denominator. That's our common denominator. And then you had this sign 4 minus x like that. So from here, to get rid of this 35, you'll multiply with that 35 on both sides. So times 35 times 35, this whole thing times 35. So this 35 will cancel out that 35. You end up with, if you're gonna multiply in here, what do we get? We are multiplying 21. Here. 21, yes. Let's change the ink.
31.
So
plus 7.
Plus 7x.
Minus 5x.
Minus 5x.
Plus 30.
Plus 30. Right.
Oh,
and then this side.
Multiply denominator only if you have to ukuthi ukhanselishe la ukuzokhona ukuthola these numerators kuphela, right?
Yeah, if I'm hearing you well, we multiplied angithi denominator la. We multiplied denominator yangapha neyangapha so that lama denominators will be the same. But in so doing, we introduced ama numbers bowangekho la. Lo 7 lo beyangekho, so it's the one esizama ukforce to multiply ngayo. Lo 5 lo beyangekho, so uzozama ukforce to multiply ngayo. So if we were to divide this entire thing by this 35, it's supposed to take us back here. All right. Let's multiply with 35 both sides. What do we have? So this one will multiply that one, and this one multiply that one. What do we have? $140. 140. Okay. And then?
40. 140.
It's 140, and then what's it?
Minus 35x.
All right. 35x. All right. What's our next step? Remember, we are trying to get x. So what's our next step?
Bonkable x basisala on the left side, and then amanamba angena alphabet. Yes. Bangade.
All right, so we'll remain here with 7x minus 5x. This one will be plus 35x. We have 140. We have minus 21. We have minus 30, like that. Right, and what's all of this?
$37x.
37x. Did we all get that one?
Yes.
And then on the other side?
89.
89.
86.
89, 86.
Whoa.
No.
We have 140 minus 21 minus
89, sir.
89.
Yes, 89.
All right. And then from there, what do we do?
We divide.
What do we divide with?
37.
Right. So what are we left with? Is there anyone on the Google Meet site? No one. So we can even make that. So what are we left with? Is this a fraction simplifiable? Or is it still giving us 89 over 37?
Yes, sir. Is it
89 over 37.
Yes.
All right. So let's try and check if our answer is correct. So we'll use 89 over 37. Mom, change it to decimal. What do you get?
It's 2,40. 2,41.
2.41. All right, it's fine. So that means we need to check what the x values have to be less than that number. So what's a number that's less than this?
Which one?
A number less than 2.41.
1.
We can use 1. So we're using 1 as our number. So let's check if we're going to use 1, it will give us the left-hand side being less than the right-hand side. So on the right, this is what we had. We had 3 plus 1 over 5 minus 1 minus 6 over 7. So let's see what we get. Here we have 4 over 5 minus, this is just, it's going to be a plus 5 over 7, like that. And what do we get here?
So how is it 5?
Here it's going to be 1 minus 6, right? And then 1 minus 6 is minus 5. And then you have this minus from the outside, and that minus, we have a plus.
Oh, so much.
Yes. All right, so what does this give us? Yeah, must say 80. This nigga's on
53 over 35.
53 over 35. What's this number in
5,
decimal format?
yes.
In decimal, what's this number? 1,
1,51.
1.51. So this was the left-hand side. So let's check the right-hand side. The right-hand side, we're having 4 minus. We said we were using 1, right, as our x value. What do we get here? 4 minus 1?
3.
3. So if we are checking here, is 3 greater than 1.151?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
that means our solution that we have here is correct. Any questions on that one? Any questions?
No.
Nope.
All right. So apparently I gave you guys work before I left. Do you guys remember the equations? What did we have?
I think you'll call us say 4 open bracket, -3. And then I think this is no, close bracket.
It's 4 open bracket and then
-3.
-3.
Close bracket.
Like this. Yeah.
The answer greater than sign.
Or greater ngapha, like this.
ASCII is less than.
Less than, okay.
6.
6.
Mina Masla, I wrote 4 open bracket A minus 3 close brackets less than 6.
That's not variable.
Say lab A before -3 there's an A. It's A minus 3.
Like this.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then what did we do? How did we approach this one?
Sir. Wait. Also that way.
It's 4 into bracket A minus 3 close bracket less than 6. So if you're having this as without the A, then it doesn't make sense.
So it's okay.
Okay, so what do we do here?
Let's multiply everything inside the bracket with this 4.
Okay, let's do that. So it becomes
4A minus 12.
like that, all right? And then
it's 4A. You'll put in your sign. 4A 18 over 4 over 4.
What's this?
9 over 2.
Yeah, it's 9 over 2. 9 over 2 like that, right? Okay, and then what was the second one? Any questions on this one?
Nope. The second one at x squared.
Number 2 was x squared.
Minus x.
Minus x.
Minus 12.
Minus 12.
Less than 0.
Like this.
And then there's a line in the less than 0.
So it's less than equals to. Okay. Less than equals to, right. So what was your first step here? First step.
You factorize, sir.
Okay, let's factorize. Open two brackets, right?
Selama question lawa abuya.
Ama? Were you in class on Tuesday?
I think she was writing in accounting, sir.
Said, do these questions count as those 42 billion questions you told me about?
Yeah. If you were in accounting class, I don't think I gave you anything, guys. But yeah, there should be many questions in the group. Yeah.
And
all right, let's move on. So let's factorize
this 52 billion questions.
Is this part of the 32 billion questions? Yes, it's somewhere there.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be somewhere there. All right, let's move on here.
X.
Let's factorize x and x, okay?
The same, nigga, I'm saying factorize the so or
Yeah, no, you guys will factorize it. What is what?
-4.
-4. Mm-hmm.
+3.
+3. Wonderful. And then
angisho say angazi ukhuluma ngama-critical values lapho ukuthi
yes, we need critical values. Okay, so what are our critical values?
ngithe x is equals to 4
Mm-hmm.
or x -3
equals to -3, right? And then after getting our critical values, what do we do with them?
And then ngizama ukuyenza number line.
Okay.
So say then akhona lapho oyele wasenzela khona and then yahlangana and then khona lapho oyele yaya different ways khona. Even though the signs were the same, those two number lines. So I got confused. Mara ngenze point A1, ama-points I2 say.
All right. So what are we writing on our number line first? We'll get to the signs part. The values that we're supposed to have on our number line, what are those values?
It's 4, 3.
So we need to represent our critical values on the number line. So it's -3 this side, it's 4 this side.
Sayenza line nenye line. Oyenza line nenye line.
Ngophi?
Then so bangicalculator lana ngele ngathola ukuthi like so ngifune inumber from -3 ukuya like on the left hand side, ne?
Which number did you get?
Ngisebenzisa -5.
-5, and then in between here, which number?
-2.
-2, and then from here and above?
7.
7, right. So remember what we are doing. We're gonna take these numbers, you plug them into your original equation and see which zikunikeza i-sign enjani. So here you'll be having -5 squared minus -5 minus 12, like that. This is giving me 25 for positive plus 5 minus 12. Are we still together here? And then this is 30 minus 12. This is a positive number. So that means this side, I'm going to get a sign in Johnny.
A positive.
A positive, right. Let's use this -2. So we have -2 squared minus -2 minus 12, like that. All right. So from here, it's just gonna be 4 plus 4 minus 12. This is 8 minus 12. We end up with a negative sign here. Right. And then from there, we're using 7.
I also got positive there.
You got positive, okay? Let's just plug it in fast. So using 7, we're gonna have 7 squared minus 7 minus 12. So this is 49 minus 7.
Trigonometry.
Yeah. So this is 42 minus 12. This is a positive number. So we have positive over there. Right. So a sign we're dealing with less than, right? Less than. So magu less than, for less than, we follow the negative.
Oh.
Less than, you follow the negatives. Greater than, you follow the positives. So Lana, we are following the negatives. Negatives are here. So that means this side will go that side. This one will also come this side. Then we end up joining them like that. Are we okay?
And then do we shade? I need to say.
We shade because we have that part over there. Yes, we will shade. So we are shading that like that. So now we have done our number line. We need to analyze it in terms of what does it actually mean. So we are saying that our x is a value. So we are saying that x has to be from here going that side, right? So the values from here going that side are they greater or less than -3?
Greater.
They are greater. So there you go, greater than -3. So x has to be greater than -3. And then from here going that side, are they greater or less than?
From where?
From 4 going that side.
They're less than.
They are less than. So like that. So we are saying here, x is greater than -3, x is less than 4, like that. But we have shaded, so that means we're saying this part, these are also included, like that.
Yo. So sir, ama-answer wethu basically wonke angaba sona, right? Majority izoba so. These three.
What do you mean so much? So this is the answer is that's the answer that we have. So we'll say like that. So x has to be in this range for us to get this equation being negative. Any questions regarding this? Any questions regarding that? Hello? Hello?
Nope.
No questions. All right. What was the next one?
It was x squared.
Okay, let's do this. It was x squared.
Plus 2x.
Plus 2x.
Minus 15.
Minus 15.
Less than 0.
Less than 0, like that. Okay, what was our first step? What was our first step? Hello.
Factorize.
All right, and how are we factorizing?
X.
So open two brackets.
What's
Okay.
the set? You plug in no X.
X and X.
Positive 8.
Positive 80. Cannot be positive 8. It's not 15, Aitla. So it's, what's the value here?
Isn't it positive 7?
No, we are looking for factors of 15. How do we make 15?
Isn't it positive 5?
It's 5 and 3. It's 15 and 1. Those are the only ones we have. So which one should we plug in here?
5 and 3.
5 and 3. So there's 5 and there's 3. This sign is telling us that the signs inside are not the same. This one is telling us the sign of the bigger number. So what am I gonna, what signs am I gonna write? Here?
Plus and minus.
Plus and minus, like, right. So after doing that, we have to move on and check, what did we call it?
Critical values.
Critical values, right. So what are our critical values?
X is equal to negative 5. Or X is equal to 3.
X equals to 3, right. Then from here, what's our next step?
Underline.
Underline.
Line. Kufaka negative 5 lapho. Kufaka 3 lapho. And then we're gonna find numbers that are greater than 5.
Greater than 5, okay.
Negative 7.
Negative 7 is less than 5.
Lapho 7. And lapho kungaba negative 3.
Negative 3, and then Lana?
7.
7, okay. Then from there, remember, we go back to our original equation, take the signs.
You plug in.
So we're having x squared plus 2x minus 15. So now, signs. So for negative 7, substitute negative 7 here. So this is 49. This is minus 14, minus 15, and whatever you get here, it's going to be a positive sign. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Positive. Right. Then we're using minus 3. So it will be minus 3 squared plus 2 into minus 3 minus 15. So this is 9 minus 6 minus 15. We end up with a negative sign. And then this side we're using 7. So it's just going to be like that. So it's going to be this be greater. So this is just going to be a positive sign still, like that. Right. So we are trying to get our values that are less than 0. Say less than 0, it means negative. Right? So that means we're going to follow the negatives like that. That's what we have. And then how do we interpret this answer?
So angeke sithi x phakathi in between. And then we're gonna say
what are we gonna say?
X is greater than.
X is greater than negative 5. That's okay. And then what's the other one?
X is less.
X is less than 7, like that. Right. Any questions on that one?
so how many marks would this be out of?
How many?
Marks.
It could be 4 marks, it could be 5 marks, depending what are they actually trying to test. So they could be trying to see, number one, are you able to see this needs you to factorize? Are you able to get critical values like that? Are you able to represent on a number line signs or corner? So maybe we could get 2 marks there. I think this could just be one.
Is it
This
a
could
must?
just be 1 mark. Is it a must
To
for you to
put-
show signs?
Yes.
I'd suggest that you show them so that babon what was happening. Anyway, you didn't just guess lama lines ayahlangana, but you had some proof going on. So you could have 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, and then the final mark over here. So it could be around 5 marks. Could be 5 marks, could be 4 marks. Maybe for Lama critical values might not get a mark, depending what they were trying to look for. But yeah, that's how they would actually mark. All right. What was the next one?
It is x squared plus 3x
Plus 3x minus
less 15 less
greater or less?
Less
Gun. Greater than 3. Can someone confirm the actual sign is 7 lapha we are having abanye bathi greater, abanye bathi less than? And someone else will probably the same question. Confirm.
Who less than say?
It's greater than, I just checked on it's greater than, yeah. It's greater than, yeah. It's greater than 3.
Actually,
less.
No, I think
yeah.
ngithumele lama question lawa kase.
Who less than?
Who less than?
Yes, it's less than.
Let's see. All right, it's fine. We can do either less than or greater than. It should be fine. So let's do greater than this side first to just see what is what, and then less than this side. But I think it was less than. All right. Less than 3. Okay, so our steps are fun, so we can just write one side. So what do we have? First step. Hello. We're trying to make this to be a trinomial. So what do we do? People still here? Hello. We're trying to make this a trinomial.
Say. Hey, what I did was I took the 3 and I jumped.
That's what we want. So it's minus 15 minus 3, like that, right? So
and
even
then
on this side, it's still the same thing. And then
x squared plus 3x minus 18.
Minus 18.
And then lapos is a factorizer.
Let's factorize them.
Yeah, and then x na x. Positive 6. Negative 3.
-3. Okay.
Values were to
Mm.
x is equals to -6.
-6.
Where x is equals to 3.
X is equals to 3. Right.
And Melissa represents on a number line.
Draw a number line. So we're
And I will
having
make 2 points. First one will be -6, and the second point there'll be 3.
And then what were the signs that you got?
Okay?
The signs.
Positive.
What number did you take this side?
I took -8.
-8 this side.
4.
You took
-4.
-4. Oh, okay, yeah. And then here,
Then
what did you take?
6.
6. All right. What sign did you get here?
I got positive.
Here.
Negative. Positive.
Positive, right. So if it's greater than, what signs are we supposed to follow?
Positive.
I would take greater than to follow the positives.
Okay, so let's follow the positive. So positive from here going that side, that's a positive. From here going that side, that's a positive, like that. If we were doing the one whereby we're saying it's less than, still the same values. 3, number signs are still the same. So we are following which one? For if they say less than. Less than, what do we follow?
Follow the negatives, less than.
For less than, we follow the negatives. There you go. Right. So for the one in a split, the answer will be x is less than -6 or x is greater than 3. Le is a split again. But the ones whereby they are combined like this, in between, like this one. Do we follow this? Are we following? For the ones as
Yes,
you have a solution so one. For the one whereby you have a split, you end up with a solution so.
Are
you okay now?
Thank you. Yes.
All right. Did you have another one?
Yes, sir.
All right. What was the other one?
It was 1/2x.
1 or y?
1/2x.
2x, like this.
3x.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 1/2.
Plus 1/2. Mm-hmm.
Open bracket.
Kona lapha or siding?
Siding. X plus 3.
X plus 3.
And close bracket, and then less than 1/2.
Less than 1/2. Like this.
X plus 4.
Your X will lapis, I hope, not lapans.
Okay. And say, yeah, say. And then la less than there's a line down there. Yes.
So the less than equals to, okay. So what did we all attempt this one?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Did we attempt it?
Uh,
Let me give you a few minutes to try it out. You can just use those minutes to verify if you're on the right path. Are we winning? Are we winning? Are we winning? Hello?
Almost same.
You're done.
Almost.
Hello? Are people done? Are people done? Are we still here? I'm not hearing anything if anyone is talking. Hello? I'm assuming people are done. Okay. People are done or stuck, one of the two. All right. So here we're having fractions like this. So you need to sort out this denominator thingy. Or you can just try and bring this one here first. 1 over 3x plus, this is the same thing as, okay, so rewrite this. X over 3 plus x over plus 3 over 2. It's just that one. Take this one to the other side. It's just x over 2. Like that. Right. So we are trying to have a denominator efanayo. So here we are dealing with 3 items. Denominators are funny. So here we are having, we can multiply this one by 2 like we would usually do. So 2 low, I find another this one. So we can multiply it by 3 over 3. This is still a 2, so we can also multiply this one with the 3 over 3 like that. Is everyone okay? Hello?
Yes.
All right, so here we end up with 2x plus 3 into x plus 3 minus 3 into x like that. All of this divided by 6 less than equals to 4 like that. Everyone happy? What's the next step? Get rid of the 6. We multiply both sides by 6. That 6 is gone. We are left with 2x plus 3x plus 9 minus 3x less than equals to, this is 24. And then you have 5x less than equals to 24 plus 3 minus 9. 5x less than equals to, this is just 25 minus 9, which is 16, I think. 25 minus 9, 16, right? 16.
Yes, it's 16.
Okay, but that's not, okay, we're looking for, it's correct 27, yeah. So it's 27 minus 9, we're getting. What do you
18.
get for this?
We're
18.
getting 18.
All of this,
18.
18. So divide by 5, divide by 5. So our x is less than equals to 18 over 5. And that's our answer, like that. Did we all get this number?
Well, I did not get this answer, but my answer was a fraction.
What did you get?
So can we please not talk about that? But
have you seen where your mistake was?
Yes, sir.
And everyone else? Are the comrades still here?
So what I'm asking is, so Axi Tabu would actually answer a fraction.
Axi, it's not a what?
Tabu.
No, it's still an answer.
So what?
It's not an issue. It's still an answer.
Okay.
It's still an answer,
so you can still number line, right?
Yeah, I can still represent this number line. So this is, you can write to 18 over 5. But to know which 18 over 5 is what, you can convert this to a decimal. You'll get something along the lines of 3 comma something.
Okay. Thank you.
Wrong. But if like I'm a Mafika answer yakhe wrong.
What number?
I don't know. Which number did you get?
Oh wow, who's asking me this now?
I think they might mark your approach between you. What did you actually do? They might follow your approach with, okay, you first transposed variables to one side, you found your LCD, you got rid of it by multiplying by that denominator both sides, you continued nicely, and then when especially so which maybe 3 4. So they will just do this and continue a positive marking. They'll just mark it correct. If the approach was what was supposed to be done. Okay. So you showed Uti, you knew what you were writing, but you made an actual mistake. You would say, okay, instead of maybe lana kubo plus 3, I ended up with this being minus 3. So that means your answer will be different, and depending on whether you're looking for an accurate answer or whether you're checking are you able to follow. Are you
Yes,
able
I
to
get.
follow the method? Yes. All right. So those are inequalities. Those are inequalities. I'll keep on sending you guys questions regarding those. And the more you do them,
Yes, sir. The more we do them, the more we understand them better.
yes, something like that. Right. So what we
Yeah.
are supposed to look at the next topic, supposed to be what's this? Supposed to be trigonometry, right? So that's the topic we have to look at. And I don't think we'll finish everything, but it's fine.
So when will our next meeting be?
Yes, sir. Because when I say Ustela like late, usingeke makithi.
Say yazi like yo izolo say you are.
Yeah, but I was announcing yesterday for today.
Say it's like you were saying yesterday.
Oh, well, I won't give you announcement today and expect you guys to drop jumping parcel today and be in class.
But
So
still we are
Okay.
going to look like today we were few in class.
Bantu bebangeka bahambile singabheka.
yeah, whenever you have benefited or you have benefited, I'll share the video. If people will watch it, they will benefit. If not, I've done my part. All right. So our next class, I'm thinking Tuesday. Is it okay?
Tuesday was 6.
Wednesday, say.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Wait.
I said it like Wednesday, Friday.
Mara thina sobona ngesikhathi.
Siya
Wednesday,
Wednesdays.
Friday.
Friday futhi.
Wednesday was 6. Laba bathi 3 o'clock say ungabamameli yo.
Naphela ugesi uyahamba.
Let me check the schedule for electricity.
Kodwa guys
All
ngo
right, guys.
3
Okay,
hayi
okay,
yo.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll discuss a group in Uguti what works for you guys. But okay. So for now,
Okay.
let's look at this topic. I know you guys did it a good way. I hope people understood what was happening.
No, same.
All right. So that means we will need that Wednesday. We will need that Friday. We might need another day before you guys go back to school. Because I wanted to a topic and next term, which is what's this? Euclidean geometry, I think.
I'll say you.
Yes, I wanted us to cover
You
a
just said
trig called Euclidean geometry. But you guys did some of it last year.
yeah, you said.
It's the geometry no one likes.
Yeah, you will like it at the end. When we are done, you guys will love it.
I don't even know what that geometry looks like.
We will learn. We'll
I
be
can't
okay.
even understand the word.
It's
See,
okay.
Euclidean geometry.
That's okay, guys. We will learn it. All right. So trigonometry. This was your first time looking at trig. So trigonometry, we are looking at the relationship between lines and angles, like that. We are looking at the relationship between lines and angles. So that's what we are looking at. So the relationships between those lines and angles, we end up looking at what we call our trig ratios. So we have what we call trig ratios, like that, right? So our trig ratios is in now, we will say there are three. The first one is what we call sine, which you will see it being written as sine like this with a variable. So it could be sine x, it could be sine theta, could be sine beta, sine whatever, right? So that's the first
Sine,
one.
cos, tan.
We have another one, which is cos.
Cos. Is it theater or theta?
Theta, theta,
Theta.
theta. It's
What
theta
you say?
it's theta in
Le
another
gama
language.
maseliphelele.
Of course, it's cosine. Cosine like this. It's actually sine over SINE, but of course it's cosine. And then with 3, it would be your tan, which is actually a tangent, which is tan theta like that. But all right, man, which is sine, cos, and tan sine. I was just saying with you. If you're gonna see
Kodwa
it being
sekhona
written
le
like
gama
this.
bana balibiza ngalo. I think it's sikhatho or ikhala lokho nje se.
Sukatoa, yeah, they were just trying to make you guys cram in a way. We'll see why we were doing that. Okay, so these are the trig ratios that we have. You have sine, you have tan, you have cos, like that, right? So I was just writing these so that cosine somewhere or whatever, you still know that this it's just that guy, and then this is just that guy. This is just that guy, like that. All right, moving on. Everyone happy on the part it. I'm hoping people actually did this in class, right? So if we're going to be looking at our relationship between lines and angles, we'll look at a shape, say tandayo, which is our triangle. So I can still draw like that. So the triangle we'll be looking at, it's the one CB is a right angled triangle, which has one of the angles being equals to 90, like that. Right. So if this is our angle, theta or theta or whatever they call it, if that's our angle, we are able to use this angle to get our sides like that. So if we have that side and that side and that side, we are able to get the other sides. So usually we have unknowns I, one unknown, and then we are given two knowns like that. So it's an unknown A1, and then we are given izinto ezithiwa so they can give us the angle and this side, and then maybe we are trying to get that side over there. Or we can be given these two sides and we're supposed to find that angle. Or we can be given those two sides and supposed to get that side like that. So usually we're given one unknown, nama unknowns I2. If bazokunikeza ama-unknown I2 and unknown I2, usually you'll end up having equations I2 whereby you do a more simultaneous whatever, but you don't have to worry about that now. I was just saying that's usually how it goes. You check what am I given, what am I given that is known, and what am I given that is unknown. That's the procedure that you look at. Right. So let's just go through those trig ratios and see what does each mean. Right. So in a triangle, we have this side, which is the longest side. We call this one the hypotenuse. Right, like that. Hypotenuse. So this is the longest side. It's the one that is opposite your right angle, like that. So this is our right angle. This is opposite. The one that is opposite the hypotenuse, the 90 angle degree is the hypotenuse, the longest side. So even if normal draw a triangle, weird, and then I don't know why would they do that like this. Then you know that this guy becomes your hypotenuse because that's the one that is opposite the 90-degree angle. All good, Lapo? Right.
Yes.
And then Le angle ebhekane nale side lady. This side we call this the opposite side. So this is the opposite. So mabathi we are a back opposite, basho in the indlu enibhekane nayo directly from the back anyway. So that's the opposite. And then the one that's right next to it, like this, right next to the angle, lovely side lady, you call this one there
Adjacent.
adjacent side, like that. So opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse, like that. All good.
Yes.
So even if normally, what's this? If we can have another variable here, kubo y. The opposite y is not this guy. The opposite y becomes this side over here. Are we clear?
Yes.
I'm saying we have theta, we have y on the same triangle. The opposite theta, it's this side over here. The opposite y becomes this one. Not ukuthi njalo this part is opposite. Depending ukuthi angle yakho ihlezi kuphi, this is the side facing opposite y. So this becomes opposite y for y. This is opposite for theta. So adjacent for y becomes this guy. Are we okay? Do we follow that one?
It says the opposite depends on the
Opposite sibheke ukuthi libhekane naliphi. So if this is my theta, it's opposite because I can do that. This is opposite. So this is opposite for theta. Opposite.
so opposite depends on where theta is positioned.
It depends on where it's positioned. So if this is our next angle, maybe x la, this is our angle x. The opposite for x is this side over here. This is opposite for x. So njengoba le kuba adjacent for theta, this one is adjacent for x, like that. So this is to avoid the confusion ukuthi na triangle manje bakudrawele yona like this, and then when still you are saying this is opposite with this being theta wakho la. This cannot be opposite. Are we okay? This is adjacent relative to theta. I hope that makes sense. Who's lost?
I get you.
Anyone lost? All right, moving on. So now that we understand what city opposite, city hypotenuse, city adjacent. So now we can start looking at those trig ratios with triangle. So for sine theta, if we have a triangle, let's give ourselves a nice triangle. This is a triangle, right angle triangle, we have a theta. For sine theta, the ratio ET, we are looking at the opposite over the hypotenuse, like that. Do we get this one? Opposite, this is your opposite over here, over your hypotenuse. That's this sine angle, sine theta.
Ukuze uthole the trig ratio, you need to do this. Okay.
You need to understand this part too, right? If you're given this as sine, maybe theta, it's equals to 1 over 2. 1 la, it's the opposite side. With 2 la, it's your hypotenuse.
So akubonakala ngapha.
1 is your opposite, with 2 is your hypotenuse over there. So it's opposite over hypotenuse for a sine. And then if you are given cos theta, for the same triangle, it's just gonna be the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So if hypotenuse yakho ihlezi ku-denominator in this case, asikayiboni la iphezulu khona. It's adjacent over hypotenuse. Right. And then the last one we have, it's tan theta, which would be opposite over adjacent.
Adjacent.
Yes. So that SOHCAHTOA bengikhuluma ngayo, I think it comes from this part. So that's the SO, which is sine opposite hypotenuse. So sine opposite hypotenuse. And then CAH, that's cos adjacent hypotenuse, cos adjacent hypotenuse. And then TOA, that's your tangent opposite and adjacent. This is the SOHCAHTOA bengikhuluma ngayo. All good?
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's that one. So if this is an issue to memorize or to understand, then you still have that SOHCAHTOA that they're making you guys see. Yonke into right, angithi?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Moving on. Moving on. So we have heard of something called the Cartesian plane, right?
Oh, yes.
Cartesian plane, usually that's where we will be drawing most of our graphs way to and what. So Cartesian plane, it's just these two lines whereby this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis. Right. So ngapha, I'm expecting to see negative x values. Lana, it's positive x values. Positive y, positive negative y values like that. Right.
Should we draw this on our book set?
You can if you think you'll forget, but this is what we have. So we call this our Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane, right? So Cartesian plane yakho, sometimes you might be given a question whereby we are told that you are having point P, which is maybe -2 and 2 like that. So the point lakho, it's always x the first value and y the second value. Are we okay? So if we were supposed to plot this P is -2 and 2, we'd go like, okay, x1 negative. X1 negative, I'm expecting it this side. So this would be -1, -2, -3, and so on. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This would be 1, 2, and 3 ngaphezulu. 1, -1, -2, -3. But I suggest ukuthi mawenza anything in a Cartesian plane, if abakunikezanga a graph paper, uzosebenzisa i-ruler, right? So ku-ruler yakho, space from here to there, you have that 1 centimeter. So you can just take a ruler yakho and do spacing according to our centimeters. So this between here and there, it's 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. That way you will get an accurate diagram. Even on the vertical line, it's 1 centimeter distances. So you don't get a part left. Are we clear?
Yes.
Wonke ama-graph wayenze kanjalo. So 1 centimeter spacing, so that even no matter what you are supposed to be drawing a square or whatever, the square circle becomes an actual square. It's not something is over like this. This is not a square. Yes. All right. So if we were supposed to plot this point, -2 and 2. So -2 is over here. So you'd go to -2, now -2. And U2 is over here. This is 2. So last hlangana khona, I'd actually make a point like that. So this is my point P. -2, scala on x, and then now 2. So lama dot 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 are for you to just see. You don't need to draw these dot 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 dots. Just need the actual point like that. Right. So if we were given this is how we represent it on a Cartesian plane for trig purposes. The angle yakho, whatever angle abakunikeza yona, theta or x or whatever, we always measure it from the positive x-axis. So for our angle, we'll always measure it from here going that side. So this is our angle. So if this angle is theta, this will be our theta like that. And then the right angle part, siyenza la. Let me try and zoom in. So this is sort of our diagram like this. So angle yakho, we always measure from the right, from the positive x-axis towards whatever line we have. And then right angle here too, it's always on the x-axis. I say drawing up on the side, but it's okay. So you'll see more questions and whatnot and whatnot. I'm just making this part so that says what doesn't really says what Cartesian plane in journey. How do we represent Cartesian plane? So that next time when you see a question that has to do with Cartesian plane, you can deal with it kanjalo. All right. Any questions, Cartesian plane?
No.
No questions. All right. So the calculator. I-calculator yakho khona la you're having degrees. So phezulu you're supposed to be having this as degrees. Khona sometimes utolu R, sometimes uthola maybe no G. You are always asking it to go to degrees.
Okay, bona say la
On the
no
somewhere
answer
phezulu
call.
calculator. Yes. No, I mean like on the display. Is there a D somewhere of a line?
Yes,
The
they were.
Ukhona la vela khona, right?
Yes.
Right. So mangaba veli, you need to learn how to clear your memory or to find a way to return it to OD, which is your degrees. Right. So this is what we will deal with. Let's see. Sicedile ngala Cartesian plane ngathi bese calculate manje. All good. All right. So if you are given a question like this, you're supposed to find the value. So determine the value of, let's say, theta. Right. So for the first question, they're given this. It's going to be sine theta. It's equals to 0.574 like that. 0.574 like that. Amen. 0.574 like that. So they're supposed to find this value of theta. Angeti, if it was, if this was just 5x, it's equals to 0.574. You were looking for x, you just divide by 5 like that, right? Yes. Trigonometry, we cannot divide by sign like that. But what we can do is this. We can apply the inverse yaga sign. So to apply inverse, you just divide sign, but as divide. So this would just be theta. It's equals to arc sine. So we call this arc sine, and then whatever angle, whatever number this niggas way. So this is the same thing as us dividing by 5 both sides like that. So we calculate in here, kule pattern like a sign. I'm breaking. Okay, let's go back. So we are saying, Guti, if you're given Give me a few seconds. All right. So what we were saying is this. Subuti. We are asked to find. Let's erase all of this and start Gasha. We are asked to find the value of theta, right? So theta, what's the actual angle if we are given this? So this part, Lena, remember we said sine theta is just our opposite over hypotenuse. Shuti, there were some values that were plugged into a calculator, maybe Lana 7 over 12 or whatever, to give us this number, right? So Abasai Palanga as a fraction, but they wrote it as a decimal like that. So we're trying to find out if this was in a triangle, what was the actual angle that would have these sides like that? Are we still okay now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we are saying, Guti, in order to solve for theta, if you were solving for x, you would be given something like 3x, it's equals to 2. To get rid of 3, you just divide by 3 both sides. Now, we cannot divide by sign. The equivalent, in the final notice dividing with sign, it's us applying what we are calling the inverse of a sign. Inverse of sign. So inverse of sign, it's like this. So especially so this parallel, applying inverse, we just have theta, it's equals to sine, like that, my exponent -1. So this is the inverse. So we said we call this arc sine, like that. So if we go cos, it was going to be arc cos. If it was tan, it was just going to be arc tan, like that. Are we still together? So this is the same thing as us dividing by whatever to remain with this part. To remain with this part. So that's what we did. So right now, to find the actual angle, we'll say theta, it's equals to arc sine, whatever number that we are given, which is 0.574, like that. To get lo arc sine lo, calculating yakho, kule button laka sine, phezulu khona usine obhalwe ngenye ikhala, maybe yellow or red, angazi. Can you see that?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So can we try and find the value of theta napo by saying arc sine? So to get that button, I think you're supposed to use shift sign. Then it's yes. That arc sine. Yes.
35, comma.
So theta is 35, comma.
You can
just round it off to 2 decimal places.
If you round it off to 2 decimal places,
Comma what?
0.7.
0.7 degrees.
Right.
So
37. What? 0.3.
It's 0.3. Okay. 0.3 degrees.
Yeah.
So that means, yeah.
What is simple fact, ne?
With degrees, you don't need to type degrees anyway. That's why the calculator has to have that D somewhere there to let the calculation know whatever is we are dealing with degrees.
On top of the screen.
Here's with the screen on its own somewhere. Math, what.
Yes,
No.
All right, that's what we are doing. So as you go on with your maths, maybe get to varsity and whatever, then you start switching to using R instead of D. But for now, we're gonna keep on using D. All right. So what we are saying is that if we had what's this? A triangle, my triangle here too, with two theta like that, and then now whatever side we see now, two side whatever, and side whatever. If that side was 30, if that angle was 35.3 like that, then that means the ratio, if so total the side opposite yala, it's dividing a hypotenuse yakhona, izosinikeza this value. That's what we're saying. So right now we can reverse this and say, what's the sign, the value of sine 35.03? Remember, you have rounded off, so it won't give you this exact value. So what do we get there?
0.57.
57.
Ngiyaqhubeka.
Yeah, sifuna ukubona ukuthi lo 4 uyaphuma na.
400.
1 or 4. All right, it's fine. Okay. So this rounding off, just do note ukuthi sometimes it might affect answers work on, but it's fine. Right. So this is how you would deal with how to get an actual value of theta or beta. Are we okay?
So reverse left check if it right answer.
No, this was just us checking. Yeah, checking with you right. So just to see with next time about sine 35 point what you are able to punch that into a calculator and get an actual answer. Pressing calculator in a corner is a skill that because we need to learn. Okay.
Yes.
So let's try this one. So we are given this. So it's 3 cos theta is equals to 1.5 like that. Right. So we are supposed to find the value of theta. So you check if it was a normal equation, what's the first thing you're supposed to do, la? Normal equation, what's the first thing? What you wanna do? We're trying to get here. So how do we get rid of the 3?
We're gonna say over 3 and it's
divide by 3 both sides. Good. So we end up with cos theta. It's equals to what's this?
1/2.
1/2. Right. So how do we remove cos? What do we apply?
Inverse.
Inverse. So what's the inverse?
Act cos.
Cos, yes, of 1/2, like that. We end up getting.
Why?
What more is any? Cos 1/2, yes, or 0.5, it's still the same. What do we get? Hello? Hello?
Say 60.
60. So 60 degrees like that. So that's our answer, like that. It's a what?
Our answers must be degrees.
Our answers must be degrees. So your teachers, some of them might be strict if I'll flag this degrees sign. Some of them don't mind it. But when we ask which answer, I got 60 degrees like that. Right. So don't confuse the degrees law, no degree, polynomial, which was the highest exponent that you have. So yeah, like that. Yeah. All good so far? I'm going to call the degree as test now. I must say x squared plus x exponent 3 plus 5. So the degree allowed 3. Do you remember that one? Yes, so it's not the same thing as that one. Okay, any questions now?
No.
No questions. Okay, and then if we were given something like this, let's see. We're given sine theta minus 30 is equals to 0.242, like that. So what's the first thing that we know kumele siyenze? Forget ukuthi okunye uyaqala ukubona or awuqala ukubona. Into uyazi kumele uyenze kumele uyenzeni.
Go
What
be
must you do?
saying. Then please repeat the question.
We are trying to find the value of theta. So what's the first step that you need to do? You know you have to remove this sign, and it.
Yo.
We are trying to solve for theta. Forget ukuthi okunye akwazi ukubona. Akwazi ukubona lo ngithi. Maybe you have seen it before, it's fine. But we are saying ukuthi so far, siyazi ukuthi to get here, how do we get rid of sign?
How do you over sign?
It's over sign, but what do we actually do? Must over sign? We don't write over sign. What do we do?
We arc sign.
Arc sign. So we have something at it, arc sign, whatever you got right, and it.
Yes, sir.
Like this. So now what's left?
Theta negative, no negative 30, right?
So it's theta minus 30 like that, right? So what do we get for arc sign, whatever?
Oh, wait, sir. I need to say arc sign. So even if you didn't really transpose, right?
No, remember. So we start from the outermost, siyaphakathi. So if la bekhona maybe 1 plus 6, whatever. Remember, we're trying to get this guy. So into soyenza, so we start here, low 1 low, siyazi mele simtranspose ayengale ngithi. Sekahambi. To get rid of the 6, qala la ku6. Asicala ku-sign, sicala ku6. For ukususa 6, we have to divide by 6, both sides. We know that one. To remove sign, sesila manje. We do arc sign. This is the step esikuso. And then after that, we are left with this. Now we are here. We are inside the bracket now. To get rid of 30, we can transpose after wonke lawa amanye steps have been done. We don't start la and transpose where else because it's a sign, nabo 6, nabo 1 up. Do you understand that one? We are now step by step from the left, uzungene kuma brackets wakho and continue. Right. So simsusile sign again. Now sign simsusile arc sign. We are left with theta minus 30. This is theta minus 30. Theta minus 30 is equals to what's arc sign 0.242?
14,004.
It's 40,004.
14, say.
Sorry. 14, like that. Right. And then from here, what do? We are trying to get to theta Japan. What do?
We transpose negative 30.
Transpose. So it's gonna be 30 plus 14.
For theta. We're solving for this.
We are solving for theta, yes.
Theta.
So what's our value for theta? Are we okay?
Yes,
transpose 30. What about plus? We added those two. We got 44.004 degrees.
You need to simplify yellow 004.
Because now we need to check what is this answer correct. So let's check what is this answer correct. So we're having sine. As far as space inside theta, we're having 44.004 minus 30.
Say, that's like I say 14,046. So up to 14,005.
It's still fine. But when I'm up is when on the writing part, I think you can write to 3 decimal places. and then also calculating ufaka yonke le answer label uyithola to the next step, to the next step. So you don't use the rounded answer to calculate. Do you understand that one?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
i-answer le ebeku-equals to yona laphaya.
Ikunikeza 0.242.
Yeah, that's what we're getting.
Then that means our answer is correct. That's what we were trying to check. Our left is equals to our right.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, what's that?
Any questions on that? Let me give you one more, and then people can relax and be happy and enjoy their Saturdays.
Okay, so sir,
learn something new, yeah?
so fika nini kulezi engathi
Engathi?
so fika nini kulezi like yabona njengoba sesinabo cause nabo tan nabo nani nani.
Yeah.
Kunalezi sezi advanced.
Sizofika. Do this. Bokhoseka bo hot sizofika. Let's do this step by step. Angithi esikolweni they were rushing this, so let's do it nicely. Get in, guys. We're not gonna rush. Since short, everyone understands kuyenzakalani. Because like I said, we're not supposed to forget them, because right now you see we're doing a trick, but we're using knowledge from algebra, liable equations, that's what we are doing here. All right, can I give you a few minutes to try this one out, and people can enjoy their Saturdays? So remember, you start from left to one to big millions until you're done. Are we winning? Are we done, guys? Are we done? Uzathatha i-answer yakho especially saka-theta uyifake khona. Same thing that we've been with the original question is. Same thing we've been doing when solving for x. We take the final answer, put it back, go question straight. All right, so what was your first step, Lana? First step. Come on, guys, very soon. First step.
I said to look at Susan.tab.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, I'm yeah, from 6 until 8. Something. So it's what do we do first?
Say.
Please.
From 2.
Corrections excessive, yes.
So 2.
Over 2, I need to say.
Divide by 2 both sides. Amen. That's what you did. So I left with cos theta over 3 minus 10 is equals to 0. Right. And then how do you get rid of cos?
I said.
How do you get rid of cos?
Over cos.
No,
I over cos. Say over cos.
Cos.
Sibizani?
The arc.
Arc cos. So another bracket later. Theta minus 3. Theta over 3 minus 10 is equals to arc cos of 0. Right. Then what do we have? Theta over 3 minus 10, not arc cos 0.
It's 9.
Arc cos 0? 90. No 90.
90.
Yes. So it's 3 theta over 3 is equals to 90 plus 10. Theta over 3 is equals to 100. So 3 law times 3 both sides. So theta is equals to 300, not 360. 300 degrees.
I got 570.
You got 570. Phone I'm told you 300.
And go ahead, lapho phezulu.
So 90 now. I'm calling told you 300.
I know.
Asumtfolanga. All right, it's fine. I'll give you guys some questions on the group very shortly, and then we'll practice questions to practice what we have covered today. Everything okay?
Yes.
All right. If you have a question, whether on text now or text on the group, but yeah, do ask.
True. Cause equals to
Meeting
0.
adjourned.
Meeting agenda. Bye bye.
Bye bye.